Razabani for FightHype.com with me, promoter Eddie Hearn. Eddie, cold Sheffield?
Oh, freezing. It's actually colder in London, which is quite unusual, but all good. The roads are clear and looking forward to a huge card on Saturday night.
Kell Brook back in action. I heard the statement from him that it feels like it's my debut.
It does, yeah.
Do you think that's important?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's great because like, I feel nervous. You know, I feel the butterflies about this fight, and that's what you want going to an arena. And I think as a fighter, that's when you're going to perform at your best. You know, when you are up against it and you do feel the nerves, and you know, you do have that element of doubt. And you know, he's looking in great shape. You know, normally about this time, it's like I look at Kell and I think, oh man, you're about to have 48 hours of pain getting this weight off. And I said to him last night, you know, imagine if you had to get down to 10-7. So he's very happy right now. He looks in great shape. It's a tough fight. Rabchenko looks in great shape as well. And you know, I'm looking forward to it.
Amir Khan had 2 years out of the ring. He's going against someone who's a bit unknown to boxing in Greco. With Kell Brook as well, you know, he hasn't been out as long as Amir, but he had a horrific injury. Were you a bit like, let's take a opponent?
Yeah, I sent them a list of probably 3 or 4 opponents, and to be honest, they didn't really turn anyone down. And Rabchenko, obviously, they've sparred with him before. Like Kell said, you know, when they sparred, Rabchenko wasn't in the kind of shape that he is now, and they always had wars in those spars. So he expects another one on Saturday. But I think for Kell, he wants to prove that he's at that top level, and you know, he needs to put in a great performance on Saturday. And I think the styles of Rabchenko will make for that performance. But at the same time, the threats are Rabchenko's a big puncher. He likes to come forward and pressure and pressure. So we're going to see what Kell Brook has left in the tank.
What kind of is the plan for Kell? When you look at the division, look at the champions, Lara, Hearn, Charlo, Saddam Ali. Kell says he only wants another year or so in boxing. So is his ambition to make as much money as possible, or win?
It's not really the money. I mean, look, he's been blessed in that respect. But I think now it's really about being in the fights, the big fights. You know, the marquee fights. Of course, the Amir Khan fights. You know, the Pacquiao fights. Even challenging for another world title. So, you know, I think the message I'm getting from Kell is to try and look good on Saturday and get the win, and then get straight back in camp. You know, maybe get out one more time in the summer, and then have that big gamble in the winter of 2018. Of course, everybody wants to see the Amir Khan fight, but you know, most importantly is to get through this Rabchenko fight on Saturday, and then we can plan accordingly.
In terms of financially, would there be more money for Kell if he had stayed in welterweight and fight those Thurman, Spencers?
Yeah, probably, but you just can't. You know, he can't do it anymore because he shouldn't. In my opinion, you know, going back to welterweight to fight Spence was always going to be hard work. You know, and he did a great job in that fight. I'd love to see that fight made at 154. It was a great fight when Kell was probably at 70%. So, you know, I think that he needed to move to 154. You can't just hang around a division because there's a couple of marquee guys there. You have to be at the division where you're going to perform at your optimum levels, and that for me is 154 pounds.
You look at Amir Khan, he's looking in great shape, training out in San Francisco. So Greco is looking in great shape as well. So is this part 1 I'm nervous, and then part 2 I'm nervous in April as well? Yeah,
I think I'd be nervous on both fights, but ultimately both guys have got to win. And if they can win and look good, even better, because everyone's going to talk about that fight even more so. But you know, it's a big test for both guys. Obviously, Kell coming back from the injuries and the 2 defeats, and Amir coming back from 2 years out after a heavy knockout. So, you know, tough test for both. And the truth is, we don't know what both have left. But March the 3rd and April 21st, they're going to give us a great indication.
Both fighters are victory. Is that fight going to be 2nd or 3rd for Amir, or is that? I
think both guys will have 2 more fights from now. So, you know, March 3rd, April 21st, and then 1 more. And then, you know, that fight's not a done deal. But obviously it makes sense, and both being with the same promoter and broadcaster now, hopefully we've got a better chance than ever.
Is Kell going to be there in April?
Yeah, I expect him to be, yeah.
We're not going to see a Vladimir Klitschko.
No. I don't think it'll be made by then, but, you know, it's going to be interesting.
Is that a stadium fight?
Yeah, it is, for sure. I mean, it all depends, you know, what time of the year it takes place. Happy to do that fight in Manchester Arena as well, and I think the likely time for that place is November, December. So, you know, if you're not in at the Millennium Stadium, you're probably going to, you know, go to the Manchester Arena or O2 or something like that. But first things first, let's see him win, and then we can talk about it from there.